Lots of overseas students get frustrated with this question. Why can I work only 40 hours per fortnight or 20 hours per week? Why can't I work more than 40 hours per fortnight? Who can survive with working only 40 hours per fortnight in Australia? We understand your frustration. So in this video, we're going to talk about why there is a 20 hour per week or 40 hours per fortnight work limit on overseas students. Let's get started. Alright guys, welcome back to another video of Overseas Student Australia. My name is Sam, the founder of Overseas Student Australia website that provides information to overseas students like yourself. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing as we make videos every single week regarding studying, working and living in Australia exclusively for overseas students. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to discuss some of the reasons why overseas students are only allowed to work 40 hours per fortnight. The very first reason is you are on a student visa, not on a work visa. Regardless of the country that you choose, whether you choose Australia, Canada or US, your primary aim of student visa is to actually study, not work. Remember when you were first applying for your student visa, Australian government requires you to prove that you can be financially supported while you're studying in Australia. However, Australian government does believe that students may need to have some work experience while they are studying in Australia. So Australian government gives you around 40 hours per fortnight to get some work experience under your belt before you actually start working after finishing your studies. Australian government does not want you to actually neglect your study and focus too much on working while you're studying here on a student visa, because it can actually harm your career in the long run, as you might be too focused on working and making some money instead of studying and making your career. Now the second main reason for giving you only 40 hours per fortnight is the work-life-study balance. If you see average Australian working around 38 to 40 hours per week, and they spend rest of their time obviously on other aspects of life like catching up with their friends, traveling and so on. So as an overseas student, you are actually obliged to study around 20 hours per week, and then you have around 20 hours to work as well. That's pretty much 40 hours of work week in an average Australian's life. And again, the rest of the time for you is to catch up with your friends, learn some Australian culture, travel around and so on. So there is a pretty good logic behind having a 40 hours of work week and 40 hours of study work week for overseas students. All the good news is you can work full time when you are not studying. So when you are having official school holidays from your institute you're studying in, you are allowed to work full-time hours or even more hours if you would like to. And it's not only great for your work experience, but you can actually save up some money during these school holidays. Now just to remind you, there are some key things that you need to be mindful of when you are working in Australia as an overseas student. The first thing is obviously you all know you're allowed to work up to 40 hours per fortnight. And you can obviously work full-time during your school holidays. But if you're not sure about when these school holidays are, you need to confirm that with your university, institute or the place that you're studying in Australia. A work week typically starts on Mondays and ends on Sunday. So if you're counting your 40 hours per fortnight, you need to count it from the Monday till the following Sunday. Any work that you need to do as a part of your course is actually not counted toward these 40 hours. Any volunteer work that you do for any non-profit organization is also not counted toward this 40-hour work limit. So if your visa gets approved, you can come up to 90 days prior to your course starts, but you can't really start working until your course actually starts. Again, even as a temporary worker, you have the same work rights as local Australians, and also your pay rate should be the same as other fellow Australians in the industry that you're working in. The minimum wage rate again in Australia, according to Fair Work, from 1st of July 2018 is $18.93. What do you guys think about 40 hours per fortnight work limit? We would love to read your thoughts about it. Please put your comments in the comment sections below. What are your thoughts about that? Well, I hope you find this video useful about why 20-hour work limit and some rules and regulations around working in Australia. If you do, please give us a thumbs up. It really motivates our team members. And thank you for watching this video guys. I'll see you in the next video.